In today's video, we unlock the candid thoughts of Alex Karp, the man behind Palantir's meteoric rise. From his early struggles as Dr. Karp to his unapologetic insights on hiring brilliance and philosophical rigor, every word reveals a revolutionary mindset. Whether you're a tech enthusiast or an aspiring entrepreneur, this conversation will challenge your assumptions about leadership, innovation, and the art of transforming obstacles into opportunity. Stay tuned and prepare for a thought-provoking journey into the mind of a modern visionary. Karp explains how he came to be known as Dr. Karp, a title born not from a desire for formality, but from a time when Palantir had no funding, no clients, and few believed in its potential. With a mix of humor and humility, he recalls that experts thought the company was either crazy or stupid, yet his PhD made him the only acceptable choice to lead. This anecdote reveals the paradox of his early journey. Despite being ridiculed and underestimated, his intellectual credentials became his strongest asset. Karp also shares his first encounter with fellow co-founders at the Reagan National Defense Forum, emphasizing how Palantir's early days were defined by low external expectations and internal faith among a small, dedicated group. His narrative is both personal and instructive, inviting viewers to consider how unconventional beginnings can lead to transformative innovation. As you listen, ask yourself, what does it mean to build something revolutionary against all odds? Could the very traits that once made him an outsider be the key to groundbreaking success? Karp's story challenges conventional wisdom about leadership and invites you to reflect on the importance of intellectual courage. His candid tone sets the stage for an interview where every word is laden with lessons on perseverance, risk-taking, and the audacity to defy norms. Transitioning from these early personal reflections, we now explore how these challenges shape the company's core philosophies, particularly in hiring and culture. In one of the most illuminating segments of the interview, Karp delves into Palantir's unique approach to recruiting talent. "I hired the first 450 to 500 people personally," he reveals, underscoring the early hands-on, almost instinctive hiring process that defined the company's growth. Karp's method was not about lengthy interviews. In fact, he preferred sub-3-minute interactions. He explains that if someone needs a drawn-out process to prove their worth, they likely lack the raw, unfiltered talent Palantir prized. Karp emphasizes that, rather than following a structured method, his team would identify the problem and then identify the person who could solve it. This approach, he argues, is built on the premise that true talent isn't something you teach, it's innate. He even recounts an instance where a candidate, deemed the most talented engineer he'd ever met, was recognized instantly without the need for a traditional multi-day evaluation process. This anecdote powerfully illustrates Palantir's philosophy. If you're extraordinary, the process should be almost instantaneous. During this segment, Karp also touches on the company's cultural fabric. There is a deliberate effort to ensure that every member of the organization feels a personal responsibility for the company's mission. Whether you're 24 years old or a seasoned veteran, you're working on projects that shape the future. He recounts how the company's meritocratic structure forces everyone to justify their actions, ensuring that both internal dialogue and external perceptions remain coherent and aligned with Palantir's core values. Reflect for a moment. How might your own organization benefit from a hiring strategy that values raw, unfiltered talent over polished rehearsals? Karp's emphasis on the Palantir degree over traditional academic accolades challenges us to rethink what constitutes true potential. As we move into the next segment, notice how these hiring insights naturally segue into a broader discussion of cultural integrity and the sustained passion within Palantir's walls. Karp's discussion on maintaining a unique company culture is as compelling as it is candid. He describes an environment where inside and outside remain coherent, where what is said publicly mirrors what is felt privately. This is not mere lip service. It is a manifestation of Palantir's commitment to meritocracy, fairness, and purpose. The interview reveals that even after 20-plus years, the magic inside Palantir has not faded. Karp credits the company's survival during its most perilous early days, when it was almost dying every day, for solidifying a culture that thrives on overcoming adversity. Karp illustrates that when you join Palantir, you are not simply taking on a job, you're assuming responsibility on some of the most critical projects in the world. Whether you're a junior engineer or a senior leader, you're pushed to the very edge of your capabilities. This intense environment, described as both painful and transformative, forces every employee to articulate and defend their contribution. It creates a high-stakes setting where personal growth is inexorably tied to the company's success. Ask yourself, in what ways does a high discount rate on every idea, where no statement is accepted until proven, drive innovation? Karp challenges us to appreciate the value of discomfort in the pursuit of excellence. His narrative shows that the discipline of a meritocratic culture isn't just about accountability, it's about nurturing an environment where passion and expertise can flourish in unison. As the discussion flows, Karp's subtle humor and self-awareness shine through, reinforcing that even in a high-pressure setting, humanity and humor remain vital ingredients. Next, we transition into how Karp's academic background in philosophy isn't simply an academic curiosity, but a driving force behind these cultural dynamics. Alex Karp does not shy away from discussing how his background in philosophy, particularly neoclassical social theory, has influenced Palantir's trajectory. He reflects on the idea that serious intellectuals are not as into fads, and that the relentless pursuit of truth requires a skeptical approach to what is conventionally accepted. Karp suggests that much of the modern intellectual endeavor is reduced to selling a pagan religion, rather than seeking genuine understanding. This perspective, he explains, set the stage for Palantir's singular focus on providing real, measurable value instead of merely following market trends. He elaborates that the company's approach isn't about mimicking what others do, but about reducing things to the A state, a process of distilling complex issues to their core essence. Whether it's solving problems of terrorism or augmenting civil liberties, Palantir's innovations are rooted in deep, often abstract thinking. Karp recounts how, during the early years, he was persistently yelled at by investors for not delivering immediate revenue. Yet, his unwavering commitment to pursuing what he believed to be fundamentally right, despite external pressures, allowed the company to develop products that go far beyond conventional expectations. As you watch, consider, can a philosophical approach truly revolutionize the way we build technology? Karp's discussion invites viewers to explore how questioning every assumption and rigorously testing ideas leads to breakthroughs that conventional methods might overlook. His commitment to steel manning even the worst arguments reflects a broader intellectual discipline that defines Palantir's culture. This segment seamlessly ties into the broader narrative of value creation, setting the stage for a deeper exploration of how product innovation is informed by a relentless search for truth. Building on his philosophical insights, Karp moves to a discussion about the nature of value creation. He explains that Palantir's approach is not about creating another commodity to be sold at an inflated price, but about designing systems that fundamentally alter the way problems are solved. We didn't solve the problem of stopping terrorism. We solved the problem of augmenting civil liberties while stopping terrorism, he asserts, highlighting the layered, almost paradoxical nature of the company's solutions. Karp points out that modern software and artificial intelligence, especially with the advent of large language models, LLMs, require a different kind of thinking, one that transcends simple DCF models or traditional valuation techniques. He criticizes the positivist mindset that demands non-contradictory, clear-cut answers, arguing instead that true innovation is messy and deeply nuanced. This approach, he argues, is why Palantir can claim to deliver outcomes that defy conventional metrics. In his view, the company's success is not merely measured in numbers, but in the transformative impact its products have on society and national security. Take a moment. What does it mean for a product to create value that cannot be fully captured by financial models? Karp challenges you to rethink the very definition of value in an era where technology reshapes every aspect of our lives. His argument is both a critique of traditional financial analysis and an endorsement of a more holistic, philosophy-driven approach to innovation. As he continues, Karp's passionate defense of Palantir's methods invites viewers to engage critically with how we assess technological breakthroughs and ultimately to question whether our current metrics truly capture what matters. Karp addresses the relentless skepticism he and Palantir have faced over the years. Investors once demanded immediate revenue, and critics dismissed the company as crazy or stupid. Karp recounts how, even as early as the company's inception, no one believed in their vision. Yet, by sticking to a consistent, almost unshakable narrative, Palantir was able to not only survive, but thrive. Every day is a new story for others, but for us, the old story remains the same. He explains, emphasizing that the company's core vision has remained constant through decades of adversity. He paints a picture of an organization that demands accountability at every level. Every employee, regardless of rank, is expected to explain their contribution, a system that ensures internal accountability and external credibility. Karp also criticizes those entrenched in traditional thinking, noting that many experts remain committed to being wrong simply because their established paradigms do not allow them to see the value in Palantir's approach. In this candid moment, Karp challenges viewers to consider how much of our judgment is clouded by conventional wisdom. Karp's reflections serve as both a personal catharsis and a broader lesson on the power of consistent vision. As he transitions to international perspectives, his narrative reinforces that staying true to one's principles, even in the face of relentless doubt, is key to long-term success. A particularly engaging part of the interview is when Karp turns his attention to the cultural contrasts between Germany and America. Addressing a question posed by a German viewer, he argues that while the American tech revolution is in full swing, Germany risks being left behind if it does not learn from the American model. If you're in tech and you want to be at the forefront, you have to come here, he declares, urging German talent to embrace the dynamism of American innovation. Karp contrasts the American sense of unabashed pride and relentless pursuit of excellence with what he sees as a lingering reluctance in parts of Germany to fully embrace change. He notes that while American companies are driven by bold, uncompromising ambition, some European counterparts remain mired in traditional approaches. Yet, Karp also acknowledges that Americans could learn from the German emphasis on duty, integrity, and the Germanic work ethic, a cultural hallmark that has driven remarkable achievements in the past. In the final moments of the interview, Karp is asked what he hopes Palantir's legacy will be a century from now. With characteristic candor, he envisions a future where Palantir's influence is recognized not merely in financial success, but in its transformative impact on society. The superior art of the West was put into software production, he remarks, suggesting that Palantir's innovations have made Western countries healthier, wealthier, and fairer. This vision is both aspirational and rooted in the company's long history of defying conventional market expectations. Karp's final reflections underscore a central theme, that the true measure of success is not how much money is made, but how deeply an innovation changes the world. He encourages his viewers to not simply admire the technology, but to understand the rigorous thought process behind it, the intellectual background that is detailed in his forthcoming book. This segment serves as both a summary of the interview's key points and a call to introspection about what it means to leave a lasting legacy. If you found these insights thought-provoking and valuable, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. What part of Alex Karp's journey resonates with you the most? Don't forget to turn on notifications for more deep dives like this. We'll see you in the next video.